Tax experts have suggested that the Post Office may have underpaid £100 million in tax by deducing payments made to the victims of the Horizon scandal from its profits. Hello, my name is Jack Reeves and welcome to this week's episode of Tax Tidbits, where we are firstly talking about the hot topic of the Post Office. I'm sure by now you have heard about the Horizon scandal, where postmasters have been falsely prosecuted over shortfalls in their registers, which we now know was caused by a fault in their IT system. Well, the Post Office has been making payments to some of the victims as compensation for the situation, and have been deducting these payments from their profits and paying less tax to HMRC as a result. The issue with this is that the payments are not in relation to trade, and so this practice could violate the law and put the Post Office at risk of insolvency. This may result in the government having to financially support the service. HMRC is reportedly investigating the accounting of these payments, and the Post Office has acknowledged the risk of a significant adverse tax ruling. I have to say, it would be rather ironic that the Post Office, after wrongly accusing so many employers of fraud, could have committed tax fraud themselves. Young drivers are experiencing the highest car insurance costs on record, with premiums for 17 to 20-year-olds increasing by over £1,000 on average compared to last year. Confused.com has attributed the surge to premiums to a post-COVID rise in claims and increased costs, including higher prices for second-hand cars, parts and labour for repairs. 17-year-olds are facing the sharpest increase, with premiums reaching nearly £3,000 on average, a rise of 58% compared to the previous year. If you are looking for ways to reduce your insurance costs, you should look at adding an older driver with more experience as a named driver on the policy, as this reduces the overall risk to insurers. The Financial Conduct Authority has stepped in to investigate the commission arrangements between lenders and car dealers after receiving over 10,000 complaints from customers who fear they were charged too much for their car finance. In 2021, the FCA banned dealers from adjusting interest rates on car finance, which allowed them to improve the commission they received. However, there has been a high number of complaints from customers claiming compensation for those arrangements that took place before the ban. The FCA is hoping to investigate the situation over the next 37 weeks, and if widespread misconduct is found, they will compensate customers in an orderly and consistent way. ASLEF, the main train drivers union, has announced a fresh series of strikes in its ongoing pay dispute with 16 train companies. The strikes, scheduled between January 13th and February 5th, will affect different operators each day, with drivers also refusing to work overtime during the period. There will not be any strike action on Thursday the 1st or Sunday the 4th of February. This dispute, now in its third year, stems from disagreements over wages and changes to working conditions. ASLEF is calling for a realistic offer from the government, though they are urging the union towards a fairer deal, emphasising the financial challenges facing the industry. Major UK supermarkets, including Asda, Tesco, Sainsbury's and Morrisons, have followed Iceland in reducing the cost of Aptamil baby formula after manufacturer Danone lowered the price it charges retailers by 7%. This move comes in response to concerns raised by the CMA, which reported a 25% increase in baby formula prices over 2 years. They also found limited competition on the market due to consumers reluctant to switch brands, either because they were recommended the product or because their baby would only drink a specific formula. As a result of this, the CMA is calling for greater availability of cheaper own brand alternatives. Thank you for joining me on this week's episode of Tax Tidbits. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our other updates. And we will see you next week.